like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're going to leave it like that. No.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stefon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy. He's just outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day. So he couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least I to date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Well, nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think
You
that.
feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is. It's the appearance. All right, who don't I want to date about sister? Weatherly.
Why Weatherly?
Because he's ugly. I knew that was coming. That was the problem.
He's hot. He's hot. Get the camera on him right now. He is hot. He is.
I would play the audio, but I can't. All right. So for the most part, let me make sure my microphone knows. All right. For the most part, they saying that Cardi B has chose to be a sister wife. Check out the music entertainment playlist, the real one-on-one playlist. So they saying she chose to be a sister wife. So Stefon Diggs was on the boat, and you know, he had other girls calling him daddy. He said, "What's my name? Daddy, daddy." And then he also seen on that same boat with Cardi B. Excuse me, my eyes are so swollen, irritated. I don't know what happened, but you know, and people say, "Well, Cardi B is a sister wife." And guess what? That's her dealings. But my thing is this: once you make it public on social media, it's public information, right? And you know, this is give credence to that stat that we seen. I forget who the lady said it online. I did a video on Free Game 89 about it. She said like 80 to 85, or it was some 80 to 90% of women who get divorced, they become side chicks to married men. And this speaks to her stat in live true form. You know, she left her husband because he cheated, and now she go get with another cheater. They don't upgrade, they downgrade. And I'm saying like as far as aesthetics or money, I ain't saying that. You know, but in this situation or in general, but you know, you see what happens. She's a stripper. She admitted to robbing men. She attracted to a certain type of dude. And a lot of men be out here mad because they can't get the baddies or they can't attract the women that they think they want. God telling you, you don't want them women, bro. How do y'all pedestalize strippers? It used to be shameful to be a stripper. It used to be shameful to be a stripper. They used to not even want you to know their face or what they look like. And, you know, they used to, you know, cover their head on campus so they could pay through college. Like, they stripping for a career now, which is wild. But, you know, like I continue to say, it's just you look at it and it's like, it's backwards. Y'all like, I'll wife for sure. Like, you really want to wife a toilet seat? You know what strippers do? They set dudes up. They rob dudes it just ain't, I ain't stripping, I'm dancing and that's it. Like, it ain't even I'm dancing and I'm a F a few dude. Oh man, they robbing. If they sell their body for a monetary gain, why won't they sell you out? You think they don't be setting niggas up? It be funny when you talk enough with women and they tell you, oh yeah, you know, my sisters and my girlfriends, you know, they used to rob and set dudes up at the motel back in the day and go. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, if men reported the criminal activities that women did and didn't have no shame and didn't have no empathy or sympathy because they're a woman, dog, women will outrun or outgain men in criminal charges. If the system was equal, dog, women will have more criminal charges. Do you know how many women rob beauty supplies for petty shit? How many of them do thievery and they get slaps on the wrist and they get to slide? You see, they hit licks and they leave their kids in the car. They bring their kids on while they hitting licks. And then the guy feel bad for him, or the person feel bad for him. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna let y'all slide. Don't do it again. Come on, man. I'm telling y'all, women would outpace men in crime by far if the system was equal and men really called when it was DV and all that other stuff. By far, women would lead in domestic violence, thievery, sending people to the upper room. It wouldn't even be close. And I'm being dead ass serious, but yeah, it just continues to show their character, bro. Their character is who you attract. That's your character, you know. And she want to be a sister wife, or she don't mind Stefon embarrassing her, right, and being part of his rotation and lineup. But she embarrassed that Offset dude. She probably sees Stefon as a better man because Stefon got that paper. There's been some allegations about his sexuality, and people been accusing him. Hey, that's his situation, right? So that just let you know, man, like, this is why a lot of guys feel like they checking out of American dating, because, they put, it don't, in their mind, it don't make sense. It don't, like, damn, why would you go and it don't make sense, logically. Why would you go mess your family up, right? The guy you was with was cheating on you before. You thought a ring or a vow was going to stop cheating on him after, and you want to know why she ain't really running to go get divorced? Because she going to pay the Offset alimony. That's why she ain't rushing for no paperwork. So she looking at it as, let me go embarrass this nigga. She not really looking to upgrade, bro. I'm telling you. Also, he taking her the mind off. She supposed to drop an album, which ain't never coming. But that's how women brains think. They're gonna be part of a rotation, and she probably sleeping with the other women. Who knows? Rather than make a sacrifice for their kids. If a woman won't sacrifice for a kid, she ain't sacrificing for nobody. They want to sacrifice for their own mother. NBA players, think about this for a minute. If women are out earning men, why do you see a bunch of pictures of them buying their mother's homes and Porsches and shit like that, like men do? How many times you seen a woman take their mama out the hood, even when they got it? They leave their mama right where the fuck they at. Well, Big Mama didn't want to leave her. Man, we'll drag the fuck out of Big Mama into this brand new house. And she gonna like it too. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all be listening to the rhetoric, bro. Leave low vibrational women in my Dr. Brian voice, leave them where they at. They pick the worst men. And you know what's so be crazy though? Women will blame everybody for picking terrible, shitty men. I seen this my whole life. They will blame their children that they chose to have. Let's think about that. They chose to have the children. Their Blueface mama was saying, I could have locked y'all in the attic and ran off with Shaq. You know how many black mothers make that comment to their children? Y'all wonder why the community's so messed up, bro. So when you hear brothers attack black women and single mother black women in particular, it's a reason for that. It's a huge reason for that. It's a huge reason for that, bro. I seen it my whole life. Lived it, seen friends live it. And I think back on time, sometimes I'll be laying in the bed like, how the fuck did we survive? When you see how normal people is raised and how a lot of us was raised, it's hard, it's tough. It's tough. But a lot of but y'all see why they had an attack. They care about everything else but their kids. They put niggas above their kids. They put going to club above their kids. They put their personal feelings above their kids. So you go be, with a dude that's the same thing as your husband. You go be part of a rotation. Come on. And in women's mind, it makes sense. And it don't make no sense. It don't make absolutely no sense. Really, her thing is to get back at Offset, to make him hurt, to feel the pain. And when you number one, and with a lot of women, or you the husband, a lot of times you just the number one target. You want who she want to take all the frustration she had in the strip club, all the hard days you had, they take it out on you. That's why niggas be like, I'd just rather be number two. I'd just rather be the fun guy. The fun guy don't get none of the bullshit. That's why it's imperative that you date the character of a woman. I keep telling y'all that. When the character is more important than the outside a lot of the times. Get you an average woman, above average woman with strong character. I know Kobe, I can't do it. Okay. Fuck around and find. Your pocket's gonna fuck around and find out. Your soul gonna fuck around and find out. Now, if it's some bad bitches that got good character, few far in between. And that go across the board. We did the video on Bobby. What's her name? Athroff. She told her husband before she do it, you need to make more money and like that. You know, white women. Oh, we need a nurse and a nanny and we need like what you need all that for? Shit, you are a mother. Do what a mother do. But I be telling y'all, man, I be trying to add this shit up, and it don't make most men be like, I'm out of here. Most guys say, I'm out of here. I'm out of the country, bro. But that's what it is. And so be it. Her bad decision with Stefon Diggs is going to be somebody. It's going to be Offset's fault. It's going to be our children's fault. It's going to be our father problem fault. What I really thought when I sit there, and sometimes I sit there when I just lay in the bed, or I might be working out or whatever I got going on. I might be chilling, and I just think, I just go into deep thought, and you just start to piece shit together. Women never take accountability. They never have, never will. When they washed up, it's always somebody else's fault. They can never say, you know what, I should have picked better, I should have been better. You know, I am what I attract. It's what it is. But they will, for one man, she want a husband and be with him. And she another woman that be with women. What do you expect? I told y'all, women that slept with other women, they no good. I told you that. Women that bat on both sides of the plate, y'all think it's cool. It's dysfunctional up here. Women with all them tattoos, no good. They no good. They might be right for the stroke. That's might be about it. Women that used to sell their bodies, OnlyFans, porn stars, strippers, prostitutes, they're no good no matter what people tell you. And she mark a couple of those boxes. Any female entertainer with a microphone, dancing, twerking, singing, that feel like she a boss bitch, they're no good. Look at how many of them bitches is married. How many you look at Mary J. Blige, 60 years old, still talking about niggas ain't shit. Do common sense. She got tattoos anywhere up here, anywhere visible on her face. The story of a black woman is on her chest. Minister Jab. That shit was deep, man. That shit was deep when he said that, bro. Like, why do you want to see the story of a woman on her chest? Why do you want to? Where can you take this bitch were you really trying to go and be a high earner? Where you can take her with all this shit right here at? Where can you take her with her name and shit like that? You screaming hood rat. Well, she could put makeup on it, and like you just be like, bro, you can't save the children. And if people see how women enable negative behavior to their offspring, especially the girls, they don't have an issue. The bitch can come and get a tattoo across her forehead. They won't have a problem with it. They're gonna tell you, oh, she's just expressing. Just how you know you married a hoe when hoe is okay with your daughter doing hoish things. All that's hoish shit. Whole arm sleeve, leg sleeve. I'm telling you, all that trauma. The majority of them sell coochie. They do porn. All that stuff, bro. So I'm telling you, it's very important who you choose to procreate with, because the whole gene is real. And on top of the whole gene, they getting a whole testimony from the mother. You like, my daughter turned into a hoe. I tried to do everything. It was in the blood. How pimping run through your blood, hoeing run through hers. And then all she doing is activating it. So I be trying to tell y'all, bro. That's why most dudes just say, you know what? I don't want no kids. I'm gonna keep my dick in my pants. I'm gonna go make some kids overseas. So I just wanted to say that real quick, man. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Join the Patreon. Everything inside my Linktree Mother channels. Peace.